SVL Free News and Views for Friday, November the 15th. It's been a cold weekend here in Iredell County. This Arctic blast has come through early, but we hope it's going to move out real soon. I'm outside of the United Way of Iredell County. I'll be telling you why I'm here very shortly. But let's first of all thank all of our sponsors: Mitchell College, Randy Marion, Piedmont Healthcare, Blue Harbor Bank, Fast Fields, and Key to Escape, the escape room. Okay, before we get to why we're here at the United Way, also remind everybody that, of course, Thanksgiving has come up around the corner, and there's something very special going on at Power Cross Ministries. They're doing their Pie for Presents. So this is an opportunity for you to benefit some deserving young men here in Iredell County. Power Cross Ministries on Front Street does a tremendous service to these young men, and around the holidays here at Thanksgiving they do Pie for Presents. You can pre-order your pie or cake for Thanksgiving to pick it up Tuesday, November the 26th. So you can email pies@powercross.org to order your pie for the holidays to benefit these deserving young men here in Iredell County. So that's pies@powercross.org, and you can benefit there and get a great deal on a pie or a cake for Thanksgiving. Okay, we're here at the United Way. Something very special is going on here. Executive Director Brett Eckerman, along with Anna and Barry Gordon and also Robb Collier, talked today about what's going on with this new endowment program they've got going on. Mike Furman sat down with them and talked about the progress they're making here to make a difference here in Iredell County. So let's go with Mike Furman here at the United Way of Iredell County. Oh, and besides, if you haven't done it yet, let's go to svlfreenews.com to sign up for your email edition, which comes up every morning at 5 a.m. SVL Free News, always local, always free. All right, so now let's go to United Way of Iredell County with Mike Furman.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here today at the United Way of Iredell County with some special guests: Executive Director Brett Eckerman, Anna and Barry Gordon, and Robb Collier. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We're here today to talk about the great success of your recent $1 Million Challenge for the endowment campaign. First, congratulations to all of you for the work that you've done, and I'm sure the community is going to be grateful and excited to see all the great things that come out of this. Brett, let's just start with you. Talk a little bit about the $1 Million Challenge, how this came to be, and how we got it.
Well, we're so very thankful for Frank and Linda Johnson, who helped establish this challenge. They put $1 million on the line. They took us out of our box. They said, you guys go raise an additional $1.9 million, and let's really get this endowment fully fledged, fully operational, and making a huge difference in the community. And through the hard work of a lot of volunteers, including our leaders right over here, we're so excited to be able to share that we've not only met that challenge, but we've exceeded it significantly, over 20% over goal.
You're at $2.4 million, right?
We are, and it's about a year earlier than we had thought it might be. So it really speaks to the commitment of this community to helping each other out, to helping their neighbors out. And the fun part about this is now going to be putting it to work for the community. We've had a chance to make a few targeted grants in the past for starting up new ideas that meet community needs. The Veterans Transitional Home, we were part of the startup funding for that. We helped create a scholarship at Mitchell Community College in the name of Dr. Eason upon his passing. And we've been instrumental in bringing some resources to the nonprofit community so that they can go out and access foundation grants through this endowment so far.
Excellent. Barry, Anna, let's talk a little bit about the effort. What went into recruiting and arm twisting and getting people to buy into this endowment, and how did you get to the goal so early?
Well, it first started with our league gift committee, and the members, we called them up. We called up Will and Susan Fanjoy, and just within 2 seconds they said, we're going to do it. And then there was Leighton and Jane Getzinger, who were just fantastic. And then we had Richard Gordon, a cousin of ours, and Q-Tays, called Costia and Teresa, and they said, within 5 minutes, they said, let's call you back. Within 5 minutes, call back, we're going to do it. And they're busy. And we had Jen Staples, John Steele, and we had Jennifer and Ryan Scott, and who else was there? Bill and Becky Pope. And everyone said, we're on board. We didn't have any problem, and they were workers. They called folks up. They had a list. Each one had a list of probably 10 neighbors to call, or I say And they called them up, and within several months, and started making contacts with them, and it worked out so well. I mean, they were generous, and I think they had, how would you say? They were just hard workers. Yes.
And then we had a major gifts committee
Yes.
that was led by Dr. Will Hyde.
We don't want to forget about them.
And they did incredible work.
They were incredible.
Those two committees with
Yes.
the lead gifts and the major gifts, they got the work done.
They got the work done. And then we had the board here, and everyone, I think, gave 100%, right off the bat. And just everyone was just motivated and generous, and they knew what it was for.
So when you're talking to potential
Yes.
donors, how do you explain the need and what the money's going to be used for?
Well, they know. Go ahead, Anna. You're ready to talk. I'm sorry.
Well, we just explained to them that as the community needs change, emerging needs come up, that hopefully that the money will be there in perpetuity to help with these things, to help in times if there's a natural disaster, to help if one of the agencies, or not even one of the United Way agencies, has a major project that's going to benefit the community. That money's going to be there.
Exactly, and it's leaving a legacy. I mean, I'm in the senior years of my life, and I'm hoping that this money, of course, in this endowment will be here for generation to come and touch lives in Statesville, help the folks, and who we approach knows how this United Way works in Statesville and how good it's been to our community, and so that was easy.
Easy said.
Easy to, yes.
Now, Rob, you've been involved in soliciting and accepting donations as well. Certainly, you're still accepting money.
We are. We will. We're going to hope to grow this thing from year to year. We will continue to build this endowment. We've made some great strides in meeting our goals, but it's not over after this year. We want to continue adding to it for generations to benefit for many years to come.
So what are the best ways for people who want to give, even if it's just a small amount, to do that?
Well, we would still accept donations. I guess the best way would be to call the United Way office would be the best way to touch base on that.
And coming up hopefully in December, there's going to be the installation of a sculpture at the Civic Center, which honors all the people who've contributed to this campaign. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, when we first started this project, we wanted to recognize the people that donated to get us to the goal, and we had a committee that talked about many things, and with the sculptures in downtown that has been such a prevalent so far, we thought, why don't we tag on to the sculpture program and recognize our donors that have stepped up and given, and it'll be something that many generations will see. It's going to be permanent. It's going to be, actually, we've picked out a location at the Civic Center and picked an artist that we felt like just fit into the mission of what we were trying to do. So.
And Davis Regional Medical Center has sponsored the sculpture.
Oh, yes, thank you for saying that. They have been a strong supporter of the United Way, and they wanted to participate in this campaign, and so they agreed to sponsor the sculpture.
And the hope is to have the dedication around December 6th when you have the shop and stroll downtown?
We're hoping to get everything together. That's our timeline we're looking at right now, and we'll see if that comes together. But right now, we're tentatively looking at that.
Okay. Now, Brett, a few more questions.
Sure.
Tell us how this money will be spent. What's the process for oversight? How will the United Way decide how to spend the money and ensure that it goes to help with needs that all these donors had in mind when they gave their money?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's going to be the most exciting part of this whole process to me is see this thing grow and get to work in the community. The idea behind it is that this is a great complement to our annual campaign. Each year we have our annual campaign that raises funds for 21 particular agencies with a proven track record of success. and we're able to fund some of those needs through our annual campaign. This is going to be more for one-time kind of emerging needs, as Anna mentioned, things that are new or changing, or one-time bursts of funding that are really going to help establish something new or different in the community. All of the processes at United Way about where the money goes are led by volunteers from right here in this community. I have over 30 bosses on my board of directors that make sure that we have multiple perspectives around that table helping to drive those decisions. And our endowment is going to be the same way. It's going to be local volunteers targeting those places where these funds can make the most impact, and using it as a complement to what we do ongoing basis with our annual campaign to put that extra special burst where it's needed, when it's needed to bring new things to life.
So each fall you have a window where you accept grant applications for the endowment funds, but you'll consider needs throughout the year, correct?
We want to hear ideas from this community, as many ideas as we can get about what the opportunities are to do something new or different that's going to have tremendous impact. Now, to qualify, you're going to have to be connected with a public institution, whether it's a nonprofit or public government or city schools, or it has to be part of a larger institution. We won't be giving out individual grants from this fund. And you'll have to have a proven track record of success. You'll have to be able to show that you've had success with other kinds of initiatives and ideas in the past. But if you have that track record and you have an idea, we want to hear it, because we certainly aren't the arbiters of all the wonderful ideas that are out there in this community to make a difference. And we'll partner with folks from across this community to make those kind of dreams come to life when it's going to serve our community in a powerful new way.
Well, excellent. Exciting time for the United Way, an exciting time for the community, just to know that the community could come together behind this goal and contribute this sort of money says a lot about the people who live and work here.
Yes.
Appreciate all of you for your leadership and the various committees who worked on this, and thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us today.
And thank you to Frank and Linda Johnson for making this happen.
Definitely.
And to the Gordons and all those volunteers.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Frank, Linda, extremely generous.
Thank you.